Hello there, everybody. Welcome to this very exciting opportunity for us to gather together and do something absolutely amazing. If you have been finding yourself feeling powerless, fearful, angry, any of the things that have been coming up as a result of being in very, very challenging times in the last couple of months, you are really in the right place. So trust whenever you come to this video is the right time. This is a sequence we're going to grow every Friday. My name is RozyGlow, and I channel RozyGlow, which is the frequency of divine grace that allows each of us to become powerful co-creators of our reality by letting go of old stories. So what we do here is we activate our higher self-consciousness. We learn to live from our higher selves beyond fear and how to transmute fear into what we want to create in the world. So that's the point of this series. And if you like the sound of that, please hit the subscribe and the notifications button so you know every time I'm live. These are live streams. And what I'd like you to do, just as I'm explaining what this is all about, is to let me know in the chat box what you have been feeling powerless about, fearful about, or angry about, so that we can transmute it. Now, this has all come about as a result of a vision I had in a very powerful meditation, where I was shown the power that we have as a collective when we come from our superconscious and we activate our heart space to shine a light on what needs to be seen that perhaps is covered or unseen presently. And by us intending the highest good, the win-win-win in everything, and that light is shone into the darkness, that is where light will go. So I have at the moment 4 or 5 different subjects that I want to work with you until I've got lots of feedback from you. One of them is the fact that I will talk a little bit in code, and that is because this channel is very precious to me and I want to make sure I keep it. So please always make sure you check the text box underneath the video, because I will send you links there and things to check out that will be powerful to help. Hey, Katie. And what we're going to be doing is utilizing this half hour together just to be able to practice our co-creation tools. And as a collective, whenever you watch this, you are joining into something very powerful in us claiming our power as co-creators of our reality and learning how to live multidimensionally and how to actually create the outcomes we want rather than the things that we actually fear. It's safe to say this planet seems as though there's been some kind of planetary takeover that has been sought to happen, which is not a positive takeover. But what I've noticed in my experience as a multidimensional success coach is there's nothing like a boundary to push against in order to get very, very clear about what you do want rather than being focused on what you don't want. Now, all of us know the experience of not liking something. So this is the first discipline I want you to take on board, is when you come across something that you have a physical, emotional, psychological, or spiritual reaction to, and you're like, no, I don't like this. Remember that if you focus on the not liking it, you're going to energize that. But if you use it as your springboard to what you want to create, that's how we can powerfully come together. And as I said, these 4 or 5 subjects that I'm going to go through today are going to be the instigator of how we're going to work as a tribe together as we gather. So welcome everyone who's joining. Please do say hello. And it's going to be about us seeing tangible effects in the real world. Okay, so the real world is the physical world, as in the manifesting of our physical reality. And we, as co-creators, when we claim this as a right, actually affect our reality around us. So what are the areas that you feel at the moment are being presented to us around the world, whether it's about a virus, whether it's about technology, whether it's about public health, whether it's about political leaders, decisions, whether it's about testing, whether it's about statistics, and whether it's about an allopathic versus integrated approach to health and well-being. Whatever it is that we want to affect change in this world with, we can do that. As I said, I'm going to give you the example. So welcome. Please do remember, if you can, to like the video, because it really, really helps as well. Okay, so let's start somewhere. We are living in an unprecedented time, right? So what we're doing is we're living in a time when it seems as though a lot of our choices are being taken away from us. There's an invisible enemy, and there's a lot of questions about that enemy, right? But what I would invite you to do again and again is anything you see outside of you is a reflection of something inside that needs to be brought to light. And as I said, when you have got something that you are finding you're having to push against, that is how you get very, very clear about what you really, really want and what you don't want. So as human beings, we have to make a choice. We are either going to step along a path, a timeline, which has already become obsolete, but this is what people are still living out, where we effectively become hybrids with technology and automatrons that are following orders, not living from our hearts, but living from our conditioned minds, which is the ego. Or we awaken our divine heart, our superconscious, We balance our masculine and our feminine, and we learn to live on this planet not so that we are wired to survive, but so that we are wired to thrive. And that's what we're going to be doing in these sessions. We are wiring ourselves to thrive, and we are shaping our destiny by bringing light to what we want to energize from looking at the things that we're fearful of, feeling where we're powerless. And that's the whole point about this particular video. I mean, in terms of the title, which is long-winded, I just want to read it out to you again. How to let go of fear now and manifest a thriving world. This is what we're going to do. So you have to bring your fears here each week. Contact me any which way you can. Facebook, here, you can leave comments. I will check them out. Instagram as well. And I will keep formulating something new each week. All right. So have we got anything here? Good. Hey, Rima. Nice to meet you. Hey, Danny. Good. Everybody's here. Hello, hello. All right, so exciting news in the UK. Not something I'm going to talk too much about, but something really wonderful is happening here that I've got first-hand knowledge of, and it is about holding the government accountable regarding technology that hasn't been tested properly, that is being rolled out all over the planet. Now, there's going to be a big thing happening here where the government is going to be contested, and there are very, very clear requests as to what is wanted, and that is a moratorium and research done before any decisions are made. I'm going to put the link to this in the box below. Please do check it out. Please do align with it. And also bear in mind that there are some really, really powerful people at the moment working behind the scenes. So whatever it looks like on the surface, don't get caught in despair. Bring your despair here so we can transmute it, because when you start to look for evidence of all the wonderful things that are happening, that's what you will energize. So Nicole's saying, pushing against my own resistance to fully stepping into my present power, feeling strengthened day by day and by the truths being shared. Yeah, there's loads of truths being shared. Unfortunately, what we're seeing, and this is just stating a fact, is that videos are popping up all over the place that are speaking about something that isn't in the mainstream narrative. So people who are only watching the mainstream media have no idea of these things. So because they have no idea of them, they don't exist. And as a result of just listening to the mainstream media, fear is being propagated again and again and again. And if you know Bruce Lipton's work, you know we're in a state of fear. Our immune system is compromised. So everything is linked. And what we want to be doing here is not getting distracted with the symptoms, but actually dropping into the cause. And we can look at the virus as an example, right? At the moment, there are questions coming out about how the virus has even come about to be named, how they've actually come to say this is what it is, and how it's showing in people. So there are several testing methods that are being disputed. There is also how the virus in itself was created and how it's been defined that is being questioned. We have the issue of statistics as well around the planet and how they are being gathered, and whether someone has got something as well as something else, or whether this is a true cause, right? So when I talk about causal and symptomatic, we want to come back always to the original question, which is, what is this? Why is it here? What is it teaching us? And if there has been a subplot, if you like, or several subplots to move us out of being autonomous into being automatrons, then you can see it's not going to make sense to the collective why we would be lied to, why there would be mistruths, why there would be other agendas. Because if you have a heart of gold, if you are connected to your heart and you believe in the goodness of all beings, you're not going to believe that people potentially in power don't have the same intent as you. And this is what we want to rectify now. So we are the microscope, okay, that is going to shed light where it's needed. We are also the torch, we are the flame, we are the spotlight, okay? And as we direct attention, so it will be sorted. I believe probably the most important thing we can focus on right now is the fact that as many of us are awakening and we are seeing these narratives coming to light, they're not in the mainstream, they're underneath. So these videos are disappearing left, right, and center. And the question is why? One of the arguments is it's that they're spreading fear and mistruths, and this isn't real. However, what's really causing fear? You have to ask the question, because there's a lot of fear being put out there. We don't want to focus on the fear, we want to focus on what's beyond that, right? So when a fear comes up, that's for us to bring love to it, and that's the point of these sessions, right? So let's just say we have within our midst, everybody is living their truth. Say you're here because you don't really want to buy into the fear and you want to co-create the reality around you, and you claim that as a truth, as my clients do. But you have family members who are really stuck in fear. This is the first thing that we are going to do today. We are going to imagine and co-create the reality where those people who are in fear can actually step out of being in fear and can receive information that is going to allow them to make informed decisions and to see things differently, so they remember their power in this situation. Okay, so that's the first thing that we want to work with. Hey, Rennie. Secondly, we're going to imagine a world where the testing is being questioned, the origins are being questioned, the statistics are being investigated and questioned, and also the approach to well-being is being questioned, because there's a certain very wealthy individual who believes that the only way for us to get through where we are now is to have everybody jabbed, basically. Yeah, you know that. And to have some kind of digital imprint that says where we can basically read what people have had and what they haven't had, so whether they're immune or not. Now, I've never, in all the time that I've heard this person speak, heard them talk about organic diet, heard them talk about probiotics and the microbiome, heard them talk about how important it is for people to feel well in themselves and happy. All I've heard is therapeutics basically being an allopathic approach, and the cure and the sort of prevention, if you like, is not natural. Okay, so we want to move back to a natural world, and this is what we're going to do. So I'm going to take us into a space where we do this, and I'm going to ask everybody to join me in envisaging this. If there's anything you want to add into the pot, can you please speak now? Because I am going to keep this to 30 minutes in total, so everybody can take part. And I'm going to be sharing with you the tools that I use with my clients to help them claim their power as co-creators of their reality and to move out of a fear-based paradigm into a thriving one. So if you like the sound of that, get in touch, because that's what we do. All right, starting now. I'm going to check in a minute. Rub your hands together. Have a little shake. And we're going to activate our superconscious first, okay? So bring your hands to your heart center. Lift your chest. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, close your eyes for a moment. Take a moment to use your nose to draw a sphere in front of you. You're going to do 3 spheres to the right, exhaling down, inhaling up, exhaling down, inhaling up, and then go the other way. So you're creating the outer boundary of your energy field. This is very important before you create anything. You want to create a container, and this is a sphere of compassion which we will make as big as the whole room that we're in. Now draw your nose up towards the sky and then down towards the earth. This is activating your inner lightsaber, okay, your rod of light that connects you to all that is and to the ascending earth paradigm. So drop down and then inhale up, exhale down, and inhale up. And then bring your head to the center. Good. Now we want to activate our connection to our root chakra and earth chakra. So wherever you're sitting or standing, start to draw a circle that becomes a spiral with your tailbone. So either you're physically connecting to something you're sitting on, or you're standing up and you're imagining that you're drawing this on the ground between your feet. And make that spiral smaller and smaller until you're dancing around your tailbone. You can feel the spiral move all the way up your body. Good, all the way up. At some point you want to anchor the tailbone down. And now just bring your attention to your heart center and please repeat after me. I am all that is. I am the one self I am. I am that I am. I am the source of my creation. I am the creator of my reality. I am a multi-dimensional being of love and light. I am sovereign. I am creator. I am free. I am aligning with Earth's ascension paradise timeline. I am surrendering my programming to my divine will. I am embodying my higher self. with my divine design timeline. I am commanding an axiotonal alignment with my divine design timeline. I am co-creating with grace and ease my personal paradise, in alignment with the win-win-win in everything and the highest good of all. I am that I am. Beautiful. So just let those words take root in your being. Allow yourself to breathe the source of all that is into your heart. This is you. Your divine spark is activated. And as each and every one of us has a sphere around us, we have a sphere of compassion around the whole world. And so whatever we do here affects the whole planet. That's how powerful we are. If we had 144,000 of us, I think it's 144,000, connecting this way, everything would change in an instant. So let's set that intention. The calling of 144,000 to be counted as one. Beautiful. I'm going to ask you to open your eyes and to envisage a mudra. So just hold on a sec. Open your eyes, come back. Bring your hands together. So this is the mudra of the inner self. Okay, and what this does, all you do is press all of your fingertips together and your thumbs. Okay, so you create a little window. Now, if you bring your hands up to your eyes, you will see there's a tiny little slither of space between your little fingers, where your thumbs are and all the way through. That's a tunnel into your inner self. I'm going to read you a poem in a moment that connects us to this, but this is how we access our divinity. So allow yourself to see through that little tunnel until you need to blink. And when you need to blink, bring your hands down, okay? So just allow yourself to activate. This is your superconscious being downloaded to you. So see through your eyes until you blink. And when you blink, I'm nearly there. Close your eyes, bring your hands back down to your heart, okay? Sit tall. And breathe deep. Okay, so remembering now that the sphere of compassion around you is a holographic sphere. If you look at the wall of the sphere, you'll see it's made of trillions of little spheres, all spinning on their own axis. There are spheres within spheres within spheres. And all of these spheres represent all possibilities, all timelines, all parallel realities. Any and all possibilities exist within these infinite spheres. And they all spin to the frequency of compassion. Now allow yourself to become aware of this around you. And as you have your hands connected in this way, bring down the platinum flame of the Divine Mother by claiming, I am the platinum flame, I am the platinum flame, I am the platinum flame. Now this is like stardust that comes down in the platinum colour. Just let it bathe you. And now call in the golden flame of the Divine Masculine. I am the golden flame, I am the golden flame, I am the golden flame. And allow that golden flame to come down as stardust as well. Through your body, down through your pelvic floor, down into your earth chakra, which is just below the surface of the earth. And let's activate our earth chakra by saying, activate, activate, activate my earth chakra. Purify, purify, purify my earth chakra. Activate, activate, activate my connection to the crystalline grid. Purify, purify, purify my connection to the crystalline grid. Beautiful. So what happens is there's a flower of life shape formation around the planet that is energetic. It is the crystalline grid, and it connects all of us to each other who are here supporting the ascension of this planet through our lives. So now that gold and that platinum love light becomes rose gold and spreads around the whole of this crystalline grid. So we're connecting to everybody. Your earth chakra is the center of your flower of life. It's active and spinning, beautiful, everything's coming beautifully alive, that's it. And then once the grid is fully active, that light beams into the center of our planet. So if you can't visualize, don't worry, lots of us can, it will come with time. Just imagine it's happening, and all these laser beams of platinum and gold love light are beaming into the center of our planet, which is both the heart and the womb. And as that center starts to glow and spin, the energy moves back up through our bodies and expands out through our hearts all the way around. So what we're doing is we're filling our sphere of compassion with platinum, gold, and rose gold, shimmering love light that's like stardust. And it's infinite. It's coming through you and from you. Allow this to inspire you now in your feelings. So this is the story. Imagine a world where everybody has access to information that allows them to let go of living in fear. Imagine a world where the very people that you see around you that are completely motivated or partly motivated by fear are no longer controlled by this frequency. Take a moment to imagine them relaxed, curious, interested in learning how to see the world differently. Take a moment to see them as the person they are not yet. They haven't yet activated. Take a moment to see them having conversations with you never imagined. Take a moment to see them seeing something they couldn't see in themselves before. I'd like you to imagine for a moment that the whole world now knows that the way that we perceive our environment, the way that we perceive the world around us and ourselves affects our biology, it affects our physiology, it affects our immune system. So absolutely everybody knows now how important it is to be happy, to transmute fear into love, and to look for the good. Take a moment and just imagine that, however you can. I'd like you to allow the idea that alternate narratives, some may call conspiracy theories, are all being brought to light. And they're being discussed openly in roundtable discussions. There is no longer only one perspective being put forward. This is a world where we're starting to question, where everyone is held accountable and transparency is required. Imagine a world where there isn't the censorship we're seeing today. Where so long as someone can share where they got their source of information from, so long as they're being respectful to others, so long as they're clear when they're sharing their opinion and when they're sharing something they've heard, it is safe to speak out. It is safe to question. It is safe to raise concerns. And I'd like you to imagine that every government around the planet is holding themselves accountable, is responding to concerns that are raised by the public. No one feels fogged off. Take a moment to breathe all of this in. Take a moment to see it. Take a moment to imagine that all those who have been hiding things, agendas, conflict of interest, the fact that perhaps the intention isn't what they have put forward, are having to be honest, accountable, transparent. And every human on this planet knows how to be discerning. They've learnt these skills at school. So this idea that you just don't believe what you say, right? You don't believe everything you hear even. Imagine that everybody knows that now. That it is okay to question. And everyone can have conversations with each other, and when they have fear triggered, they can own it and support each other through it. What is the fictitious evidence appearing real? So create now this feeling in your being where you feel really, really safe, really excited. You've got a sense that the light is active in every being on this planet. The light is triumphant. And it feels great to be alive. The restrictions have been lifted. Everybody feels safe and knows how to safeguard their health. They have choices in how they do that. And there is a transparency around side effects, possible side effects, and different paths you can take. How we originate with concepts is question 2. Every question that has been raised is answered, investigated. Governing bodies are having to justify their actions. They can't just act. And as a people, we are represented as a collective in such a way that we feel our leaders are inspiring and examples of inspiring leadership. We have an example already in New Zealand. Amazing Prime Minister, female, her name's Jacinta, who's leading the way. See the rejoicing on the planet. See the letting go of fear. And please now create a small sphere in front of your face and breathe out the word fear into that sphere. Breathe out the word powerlessness into that sphere. Breathe out the word shame, blame, and anger and vindication into that sphere. Just allow from your being any and all remnants of a desire to control in order to feel safe, to be released from your cellular, molecular, atomic and subatomic memory, from the waves and particles of your quantum field and photon stream, from your physical, etheric, emotional, mental and astral bodies in all dimensions or space and time. Breathe it into the sphere. Good work. Now just allow yourself to bring down now a pure, clear flame, which is the flame of infinite love. And this flame neutralizes everything to pure 0-point source energy. So it just takes the color out of everything. It becomes just infinite love. Claim it by saying 3 times, I am infinite love, I am infinite love, I am infinite love. Let it wash through your body, around the planet, into her heart, back up through your heart and into the sphere in front of you. Until all of that density and all of that fear and all of that, it can't possibly do this. Be released. Beautiful. Okay, so now you have a crystal ball right in front of you. Allow the frequency of the rose gold, which is the platinum and the gold together, to flow through your body into the sphere. So you have a sphere of rose gold love light. And now imagine within that rose gold that all of the technological advances that we are concerned about have been seized around the planet. They've stopped until independent investigations have all been completed on every account that people are concerned about. And there is resolution. People are happy with the decisions that are made after the research has been done. Imagine also that there are now questionings going on publicly about how statistics have been reached, and they're being questioned formally, publicly, in front of everyone's eyes, and that different treatment paths are being discussed that allow everybody to feel safe. Take a moment to feel the relief, the celebration, the returning to normal, but the new normal, the higher frequency normal. And now bring down the soft pink flame of divine grace, which allows us to let go easily of the beliefs that hold us back, that it can't happen, that it's got to be a struggle. So just breathe it through your body. I am divine grace, I am divine grace, I am divine grace. Take it around the planet and then into the sphere in front of you. You've got pink and rose gold shimmering in there, inviting you in. Now create a rainbow bridge from your heart into that sphere. Step into it and that sphere expands all around. It fills the big sphere that's surrounding you. Beautiful. Just breathe in the feeling and say, I am divine delight, I am divine delight, I am divine delight. Now release your hands down, palms open. And let yourself receive all of this rose gold, all of this soft pink love light until you are glowing. The outline of your physical body is glowing. The outline of your sphere of compassion is glowing. The outline of your core line is glowing. And your light body is active too, which will be either a 6-pointed star around your physical body or a diamond shape. Beautiful, that's it. I am powerful, I am creator, I am free. Repeat. I am powerful, I am creator, I am free. I am powerful, I am creator, I am free. So take a moment to acknowledge that this has already been set in motion, it's already been created. Everybody who's been abusing their power is being held accountable. Everybody who's been ignorant is brought to light. There is a full stopping globally of technology that is presented to be seriously unhealthy, pending further independent investigation and results being collated internationally. Transparency. And also the eradication of fear globally. But fear is not the motivating force in anyone anymore. There's no need. It's gone. And as a consequence, so has the story around the need to control everybody in order to feel safe. Feel it. Claim it. Root down through your pelvic floor into the earth. Transmit this message around the crystalline grid. And transmit it from your heart as well. Celebrate the way that we are each able to see beyond the eyes of fear. Let's take a moment to imagine all those who are stuck in fear, no longer stuck in fear. What do they look like? How do they behave? The global pandemic of fear is over. Beautiful. Good. Now repeat after me. I command this process continues until completion. Anchor, anchor, anchor. create an axiotonal alignment, recalibrate, align, balance and harmonize. For graceful and gentle, integration and full expression. In my physical reality and all relevant dimensions of my being, in all space and time. And so it is, and so it shall be. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Bow your head to your lovely heart, smile, and gently come back. Well done. Okay, so look, that was the general starting point of Imagine a World Where. These are the main points that I'm working with, but I want us to get very, very specific each Friday that we need to do this. Just as you're coming back, please do feed back to me your experience. I'm going to read this out to you and then we're going to call it a day. We live on in form and illusion, and only sense in days of suffering the eternal changeless existence of which dark dreams tell us. We are delighted at deceit and delusion. We are like blind men without a guide. In time and space we anxiously seek what can only be found in eternity. We hope for redemption and salvation in the unreal offerings of dreams, since we are gods and take part in the very beginnings of creation. This is us. This is what we are doing. Okay, and it's by Hermann Hesse. So we are learning through these dark times our power as co-creators of our reality. We've set something in motion. It's super powerful. It needs you to show up. It needs you, please, to invite others to join in as well. The more of us, the merrier. And it also needs us to remember that we are changing the world just through the way that we are changing ourselves and shifting our focus. So please, if you want to know more about this stuff, head on over to RozyGlow.com, sign up for my free Star Salutation Prosperity practice. This awakens your light body, which makes you super powerful and teaches you the basics of starting to work with your superconscious. And also, if you would like to know more about my coaching work, I do group and one-to-one coaching. You'll find all of that on the website too. You can register your interest. I've got a wonderful team of people that offer multidimensional readings, like card readings and crystal healings. Everything's online. The sky's the limit, so come and be part of the community. Let me know how you found that, and please do share this with others so that we can join together. And I'd like to know from you for next week, next Friday, what specifically we want to drive together as an outcome, because we are creating world service here. And if you tell me what you want, we will energize it together using these methods. Sending you lots and lots and lots and lots of love for you. Remember, you can join me on RozyGlow.com, RozyGlow on Facebook. Rosanna Kalliabetsos is my main page, and I'm also on Instagram as RozyGlow. Have a beautiful day, have a beautiful weekend. I'll see you next week. I think we've got a new moon meditation coming up. Take care, share the love, thank you, and check out the links below, yeah? Bye.